Primitive metals, as we discussed earlier, stood no chance against the precious metals. The most important characteristic of these precious metals perhaps was that they could be minted into uniform coins. This started with King Croesus of Lydia 2,500 years ago. It brought into the world the concept of trading with one another using the same uniform currency that they could all recognize and trust. The rise of the Roman Empire came with the rise of its currency, and the fall of the Roman Empire also came with the fall of its currency. The collapse of the Roman Empire led to the collapse of the Roman cities, which had relied on trade, because it destroyed the ability of these cities to trade with the rest of the empire, and as a result, it destroyed the division of labor that made these cities possible. After the fall of the Roman Empire, the Renaissance of Europe came from the cities that minted their own uniform coins. Florence made the florin, Venice made the ducat, and these two currencies were used widely across Europe, and they allowed for the growth of capital accumulation and the return to modern civilization that we witnessed in Europe with the Renaissance. Most of Europe was using gold and silver at that time. Gold had the superior salability across time, silver had the superior salability across smaller scales. And so therefore, gold was used for long-term saving, silver was used for day-to-day transactions. But by the 19th century, trade continued to become more and more globalized. Modern banking emerged as a response to that. So you could have pieces of paper that were backed by gold, and they could be printed in any kind of small denomination. You could also make credit payments backed by gold, and you could transfer gold internationally without having to move physical gold. Into the 20th century, we witnessed this golden era of human development. Humanity had accumulated a lot of wealth in a form of money that could hold on to its value into the future. It was an incredible period in the development of the Industrial Revolution, the development of literacy all over the world, the development of critical infrastructure that allowed the world to become the modern world that we know today. The demonetization of silver is a great example of what I call the easy money trap. Once a harder money exists, it becomes very hard for the easier money to maintain its monetary role. And this was beautifully illustrated in the 1970s with the example of the Hunt brothers. Those two very rich men tried to remonetize silver and make silver money again. They're going to use their enormous wealth to buy enormous quantities of silver. Eventually, silver will continue to rise and it will replace national currencies. And yet, they failed to remonetize it. Why? More and more silver was being used in non-monetary uses. And so people took out all of that silver from silver trays and from machinery, melted it down and turned it into monetary silver because that was worth it at that time, leading to large quantities of silver falling onto the market and therefore bringing the price crashing down.